Good morning and welcome to Real Talk with Tamara. As you guys come into the room, please hit the like button. Also, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. I hope that you guys are doing okay this morning. I know that I am. I have the opportunity to maybe get a video or two in before I have to go this morning. But I wanted, I always express the importance of hitting the like button. That like button helps to, keep the video in the algorithm. Also, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please take the opportunity to do that as we work hard to bring you good content and honest content. Okay. Well, you guys, I wanted to talk about, of course, you all know that I did a video or so on Blac Youngsta yesterday. And of course, if you haven't looked at that video, please do go back and look at it. And just from looking at Instagram, we've seen, you know, um, the post that they all have been posting. And it seemed like it would be subliminals and things of that nature, just from what we have seen as it relates to Blac Youngsta. He seems to, whenever he's upset, he seems to put it on social media, right? It's almost like it is hard for him to hide what he's feeling, right? Okay. And so quite a few people have been saying or believe that he and Big Juke or whatever have been going back and forth with each other. And I guess because we don't know 100%, that could be true. But I tend to think that it's not true. I don't think that they're going back and forth with each other. I think that they have some type of disappointment in somebody else, that they're kind of going back and forth with. And in the wake of everything that's going on, we saw the arrest. There's been a secret arrest, back, probably back around like right when Orange Mound Quit was arrested. Yeah, right around the time that he was arrested, um, there was a secret arrest. And of course, we know that because the police chief said it from the very start that they've had credible witnesses and things of that nature working with them. The FBI is involved, uh, et cetera, et cetera, right? We know that there are some indictments that's going to come down, um, and they'll be coming down pretty soon, right? And I think as the visits get frequent, because they have been receiving frequent with visits, I can tell you that now, okay? Um, People are starting to get fearful, okay? They're getting fearful. They're wanting to know where the leak is, okay? Where all of this, how the police got the opportunity to get all of this information, right? But it goes back to what I said in the beginning. A lot of the information that the authorities have, it has everything to do with them. They helped them to lead them back to them. I think they thought, a lot of people thought that they had the little dudes sewn up. Okay, they had it sewn up that these little dudes were so drugged out of their minds and mentally ill that they would just go and do 60 years, okay, for about $25,000, $30,000, I guess, or more, $100,000, and they thought that they would be quiet and just go and serve their time. They told them, now they say allegedly, Moneybags thing is, I got your lawyer money. Okay. I'm gonna handle that lawyers. I got your lawyer money. Don't worry about that. But I think now what they're seeing is that the state government and the federal government is not playing with them at all. Okay. So regardless to whether you got lawyer money or not, it's not gonna do anything for you, right? Other than send you through a long ass trial, have your folks that really care about you stressed out, and you still gonna go and do 60 years in Tennessee, right? Okay. So, we see that it appears that Blac Youngsta has been having some type of breakdowns because I told you I had gotten in. Somebody had told me that they had gotten intel that allegedly he had called a meeting and um, called a hit on Key Glock or whatever, and it like he's mad. And the thing that we see about Blac Youngsta, he's I mean, but he's no different than the rest of them, like moneybaggyo and all of them. He's just more vocal with it. When he's angry, he feels like he's supposed to go and kill somebody, right? That could be equivalent to some type of sadistic serial killer, right? So a lot of these people think because they have the money to actually pay somebody misled child that's mentally ill to go out and kill somebody for them, and they're not actually doing it. They don't look at themselves as sadistic serial killers, but they are, right? So we starting to see, because the feds are starting to shake that tree. It's already tilted. Y'all know I always talked about the roots of the tree, right? And they starting to shake that thing. It has tilted. They started digging at the root. It has tilted. Now they shaking the limbs, and it's people falling off. When you start to shake something, you shake it down, the limbs and stuff start to fall off of it, start breaking. People are breaking. Okay. And that's when we start to see all of these subliminals. Folks ain't as solid because they finding out them branches ain't as solid as they thought. Cause see, the feds are shaking that tree real hard. And even them thick branches they thought was solid, gonna go up there and do that time and not say a word. They starting to break too, right? So have upcoming indictments cause friction within the CMG camp? Yeah, of course. I believe so. Okay. I believe it has. You know, People are thinking that they're, fighting from within. I think there is some type of fight that's going on within. I just don't think that it's Big Jook and Blac Youngsta at this point. I don't think that it's Big Jook and Blac Youngsta. I think it's somebody else. I do. I think it's somebody else. And I also think they're throwing out subliminals at these little dudes that they send out on these dummy missions, right? um they're mad at them because they thought that they was going to go out and um like I said, do this dummy stuff without a problem. Okay, one thing we do know is that those indictments are going to happen, okay, in a day. And it's going to be more than one person because there were quite a few people that was involved in um, the plot, the plan, and the assassination of young Dolph. And as I've always said, my prayer, you know is that everybody is gotten in totality, right? My prayer is that everybody is gotten in totality. Okay. We do know that the investigators and the federal agents are working. Thus far, they've done a darn good job. I can't say that they're crooked and believe that the people that they have thus far are guilty, because I do believe that the people that they have thus far, was involved in the assassination of young Dolph, and the people that they've zoned in on. If they were crooked, the ones that's working on the case, okay, I would have to say that they would have gone in another direction, right? We see them arresting people that had nothing to do with the murder of young Dolph, and we know good and well that Straight Drop and Cornelius and all of these people were absolutely involved in his assassination, right? And so it's going to be interesting in the weeks and the months to come, because these people are falling apart, as I said, because they're starting to get more and more visits from the people. I always say they thought that they was going to be able to kill him, okay, and just get away with it. But I think what we're seeing now is maybe the people that's really bringing in the money is being more protected, okay, and those who don't do big numbers really aren't, you know. And I think they're seeing that, and that's where the frustration is really coming in. Yet, if y'all will pay attention, no loyalty. Even though I've been the top hitter, I went out there, I jumped in your beefs, I did this, this, and that. But you protecting those that's bringing in the numbers. That's who you really messing with, and you kind of left me out there, even though you guided me to the burning house, right? So it's going to be interesting, as I don't believe myself that Big Jook and Blac Youngsta are beefing. I believe uh Big Jook and Blac Youngsta are I believe they're scared. I believe that they're scared, and I believe Gotti is going to he'll protect his brother before he will Blac Youngsta. If he had a choice, it would probably be to protect his brother. But I don't think that Blac Youngsta is going to do well in jail, even though, if it comes to him, it's going to be damn his brother and Blac Youngsta. Okay. But I don't really believe that any of them would do well in jail. I don't think Moneybag has been in and out of jail because, as I've said for almost a year now, Moneybag has never passed the smell test. People kind of looked over Moneybag. And when I was trying to tell you all that there was something wrong with Straight Drop being in Indiana, nobody, even though the hackers went and tried to hack everything that all of my videos, they still can't take away what I knew. Okay. They can't take that knowledge away. Right. Um, but I tried to tell y'all from the very beginning. I said, you guys, have you all ever wondered why Straight Drop was in Indiana? You all need to stop and think and start putting those connections together. He was not just, oh, he was going to Chicago. I said, no, he was at the destination. He was at the place that he was supposed to hide out at, and that was Indiana. I said, are there any connections in Indiana? And I think people are now just starting to put those pieces together. Um, hey, I tried to tell y'all when Shondell Barnett, and he's kind of, we don't hear anybody, we're not talking about him anymore. Of course, I think I did a video on it, but Jeremy Pierre said early last year that he went to the police department and they said that they was not looking for Shondell Barnett. They said that. Okay. So when you start talking about over 200,000 pages and people are being visited frequently, like Orange Mound Quit was, I think I had always put into the atmosphere. When I first heard about Orange Mound Quit, I did not talk about Orange Mound Quit. I saw another vlogger started talking about him, and when he started talking about him, I kind of knew it was true because somebody had already told me that Orange Mound Quit was going to be involved and sent me a picture of Orange Mound Quit and another person that has not been indicted yet because I vlog on the case, right? So a lot of these people, are frustrated, and when people start getting frustrated, they start fighting with each other. Okay, y'all know I have to do some scriptural stuff. It says, the Bible says, they come at you one way and they flee in 7 different ways. In other words, that devil get confused and start scattering out and fighting with each other when they start just scattering in 7 different ways, because oftentimes God confuses the language. When the feds start coming to you and telling you about information that you thought they would never have, of course, when you feel like you're going to get away with something, it makes your heart drop. Damn, we really didn't get away with this anyways. Okay. And so then, maybe the boss starts, the head of the organization, maybe the label or something starts to regroup. Okay. Well, I got to definitely make sure that I save my top people that's making the money. We know at this point, Glorilla and Moneybag are the top people, right? Those are the top ones. They've been able to keep Moneybaggyo because he's more laid back, even though I've been telling y'all he's probably deadlier. Okay, I always say that for a reason, but hey, you steal my content, but You want to regurgitate it, but y'all don't want to believe me. Okay. When I had been saying that, okay, that he's probably deadlier, okay, than the other one. The other one is just ignorant. And they put him out there as a smokescreen so that everybody else can do dirt and go up under the radar. And that, I believe, is what he recognizes at this point. And so now it seems like he's kind of flipping out, because anytime you think you can call a hit on somebody after you taking their boss out, allegedly, you really have flipped out. You have really flipped out when you calling these little dudes to the table to do some things that you know they're not gonna get away with. Okay. All because you know at some point you're going down, right? And so, one of my subscribers, y'all know street politics, he got up on, he was said just yesterday, well, he said he gonna be a gangster on out. So that means, I know I haven't gotten away with this. So I'm just gonna go ahead and try to take out everybody. I think I had spoken about, rest in peace, Young Dog. He gets on my face back. And he said that there had been, they called somebody out of that camp called a hit in Castelia. They went shooting up Castelia 2 days in a row. And one of those days, that's when Nunu, which is Newski, was hit. Okay. And they're saying Wu was grazed. It sounds like to me, that's why I say that their genocide is being committed. They are committing genocide in the city of Memphis. I look at other cities' crimes, okay? And I know there's a lot of cities that crime is up higher, way higher than Memphis. But I know right now people are looking at Memphis, and that kind of brings the views and the money, right? Which might not be a bad thing, because hey, it causes them to have to regroup and do something about the crime that's in Memphis, right? But these people have, it appears to me, have called it's causing genocide in the Black community in Memphis, right? All because of their frustration. They thought they was going to be able to kill him and get away with it. I mean, that's how it appears. But these indictments that's coming, because I'm gonna tell you something about the feds, they go underground until they have just about got everything on you. When they start visiting you, okay, they've just about gotten everything that they need to indict you. Otherwise, they're not going to visit you. They're going to stay underground and watch you. They're not going to let you know that. So when they start pecking at your door, we need to bring you in. Okay. It ain't no need in trying to regroup at that point, because when they start letting you know and bringing you in for questioning, like they was doing Orange Mound Quet, it is because they got 90% of what they need, if or more, for their indictment. Okay, for that indictment that's gonna come down. There's quite a few of them that's gonna come down. Okay. But I think it's a darn shame that, because they know that they didn't get away with this, the only other strategy that in their minds, instead of trying to get their life right with God, is to just go. We're gonna go ahead and try to kill them all out. Since we gotta go lay down for it. That's why I say we have to be extremely careful about who we make rich. Okay. We have to be extremely careful about that. Do I think that Blac Youngsta is disappointed in Gotti? Yeah, I do. I think he's disappointed in Gotti, because Gotti is trying to wipe his hands of Blac Youngsta. Do I think he's still on CMG? Yeah, I think he's still on CMG. But I don't really, Gotti can't completely cut him off, because that's suicide right there. Okay. That's suicide to completely cut him off. But yeah, I think he's still on there. He's just promoting his independent label because it's not going good. It's not going good. And he's had the opportunity, he's seeing now, um, who he's protecting, and that's Moneybag. Even though Moneybag just as worse as Blac Youngsta, I can promise you that. Moneybag just he's talented and has a lot of good people like him. And when people like you, they tend to want to look over what you do. Okay. But because Memphians can't look over that genocide, okay, that Moneybag is helping to contribute to. Memphians can't just because he has a good sound, okay? But that is exactly what is going on. So, how these future indictments, you know, that's getting ready to come down, started to cause a lot of friction. Yeah, with some, they're disappointed in some of these hitters that they thought was gonna, go do the time. They ain't able to pay none of these little dudes that weren't involved. Like they was able to pay some of these old fools to go do time that had kids and stuff and been away from their, go away from their kids forever. Ain't nobody willing at this point to go do. They ain't able to really pay nobody off to go do no 60 years. So in their minds, that's extremely disappointing. That's the reason why you hear Blac Youngsta talking about loyalty. You know, the human mind of some of these folks is twisted. Okay. The human mind is twisted. Okay. And so, like I said, they've been, getting visits and they know that it's going to be any day now. So Key Glock is one of the ones that's moving up fast. He's got some momentum. It has not registered in their mind that it is a God thing. Y'all know I talk about I had a dream. I've always been very gifted in dreams. And about a week or so ago, about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, I had a dream about Young Dolph. And in that dream, we was in like downtown Memphis, like right in front of City Hall or something. He was in a car and he said, "Wait a minute, come here. Don't think because I ain't been over there with y'all," or something he was saying. He was standing right there. He was standing in a car door. I can't even remember the color of the car. He said, "Don't think because I ain't been over there been coming down there with y'all that I don't want to be around y'all. But I've been busy." And he started naming, "I got to do this. I've been working. I got to do this and I got to do that." And he was standing there. He was naming all the things that he was doing, talking about he was busy working, doing some stuff. Okay. And I jumped up out of that dream and I got on live and did a live. And I think I talked about that in that live. And, when I was meditating, God kind of put in my spirit, as I had always been saying anyways, that Young Dolph was letting me know that he was working, helping to work on his justice to make sure that there is, and protecting the people that's truly for him, right? Um, so that he can get justice in totality. Nothing could ever stop that. Nothing could ever stop that. So that's why when people say, there are crooked police, hey, there might be some crooked police out there on the street. That's why I say, people are not able to tell me, well, the police says it's crooked. I go, well, you tell me the name. Because, I be wanting to know who. Because if you can't tell me who and the stuff ain't photoshopped or whatever, I mean, because, photoshopping stuff, I don't think people know that. To try and frame people and things of that nature is a crime. I had my lawyer look into stuff like that. Okay. It is absolutely a crime. But I guess, if the people that they're doing, like Young Dolph's family don't say anything, I guess, you know, um, nothing would ever be done, especially if it's just for entertainment or whatever on here for the vlogs. But when people say things of that nature, I've heard stuff like that too, that there are maybe officers out there that works out there on the beat because a patrolman don't have any rank. So they cannot control a investigation, right? But if they're out there giving a heads up on some of the things, ear hustling and giving them heads up on stuff, they don't know what the Fed's doing. No way. No patrolman would ever know what the Fed's doing because the investigators downtown Memphis don't know what the Feds do because they work their own separate investigation, right? So if they're out there working and kind of tipping them off on some stuff and things of that nature, I always say, you have to be a good citizen and anonymously call in those officers and have the proof of it. If nothing else, they will start watching But if you're consistently calling in fake information and you know that it's fake, what's going to happen is they're going to get curious and start tracing you. Okay, because that's against the law to just make up stuff on people, especially if it causes them to go up under investigation. So be careful about that because it'll backfire on you. But if you genuinely have some information, okay, make sure of officers that's tipping them off or that's doing anything crooked or anything like that. Reach out to internal affairs. If you don't trust internal affairs, you could definitely take it to the feds. They're always investigating crooked officers and things of that nature, because it could very well be. But as far as the investigators that are working on the case, which would be the homicide investigators, I don't believe that any of them are crooked because I know them. And they were always good officers. They came from another era. They've been on for many, many years. Okay. I know them. Okay. And just based on what we saw, you're talking about 200,000 pages and counting. Um, it seemed like to me they out there spinning. Okay. They're out there spinning. Then you got the federal agents on it. I don't know if folks are saying that some of them are crooked too, but I'm sure that, they got people for crooked federal agents too. Okay. So let's help to get them off of the street if you got the proof of it. Make sure you do that. Anonymously call in and get them off of the street because we don't need nobody crooked out there on the street. Okay. But even it seems like to me with the crooked officers, the patrolmen who have no rank or involvement with an investigation because they don't do investigations, but they just patrol and answer calls. But even with them, us hearing that people so that they so-called got them on the payroll or whatever, um it seemed like to me they still frustrated. Okay. It seems like to me there is still some frustration going on. If they got it sewn up like that, it wouldn't be all of this frustration, right? So evidently that ain't working out either. Okay. Because if it was working out, the feds wouldn't be going and giving them visits as frequently as they are, right? That wouldn't happen. Okay. But anyways, you guys, I just wanted to talk about that. Is these future indictments causing? Yeah, I think so. I think some of these folks talked around the wrong people, and some of them didn't care. They didn't care. Some of the things that was said about Young Dolph. It's one thing to just be ignorant, and some of the things that has been put into the atmosphere that was said about him is absolutely heinous in nature. Um, but it also it makes you wonder about if some of these people are human. A lot of these people are sick. Okay, and they got the nerve to be mad that they're going to jail. They need to be locked up like animals. When you think like some of these people think, you need to be locked up like you're really, because all animals are not bad. They go into survival mode. They only attack when they don't attack out of jealousy and things of that nature. Oftentimes, they attack when there is a threat. Okay. And I guess, with the human animal, to some of these human animals, I guess Young Dolph was a threat. Being great, I guess, to them is a threat and was a reason to kill him, unfortunately, in their eyes. It's unfortunate for Young Dolph, okay, and his family. And in the end, to their families, because they don't understand the pain that they cause their very own family members when they do things of this nature, right? But has these future indictments, they know they coming. Don't let these folks fool y'all. They know damn well they coming. That's the reason why they send their vloggers out at me. It ain't, but if I say that, I'm not the one that's indicting them. Hell, they need to be mad at the DA's office and the investigators and the agents that's been working this case. They get mad at me because I know they coming. Okay. What they should have did was they should have left Young Dolph alone. And it wasn't good enough to take him out. Now they want to try to take out his artist. That's sadistic. That's absolutely sick. To just feel free to take somebody's life. I'm going to be a gangster on out of here. Okay, I think some of these folks would rather be dead anyways than to go and do 60 years. And some of them going to be looking at more than 60. Okay. All right. But anyways, you guys, please like, share, and subscribe. I just wanted to talk about that. I'm going to do another video. Okay. I'm going to try to do another video. Please like, share, and subscribe. If you would like to support the channel, you could definitely do that. Y'all know over here we love supporting and talking about Young Dolph, because what happened to Young Dolph was just wrong, right, on so many levels. It was wrong on so many levels, okay? And to just heinously take a human being out like that, okay? And want to get on social media and laugh and joke about it and try and incite fear, and it has backfired. One thing for sure, you sure gonna reap what you sow. And I promise you, it's reaping season. It's reaping season for a whole lot of Negroes. And they sure can't take what they put into the atmosphere. But the good thing about it is they put this into the atmosphere. Nobody did this but them. So they're going to have to reap what they put into the atmosphere. That's what they're going to have to do. Okay. Anyways, you guys, please like, share, and subscribe. I want my subscribers to know how much I appreciate them so much. I appreciate you guys. You absolutely rock. You make this channel what it is as we continue to go up. Okay. You absolutely make it what it is. I don't take that lightly. Okay. I'll talk with you guys later.